What up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? What's up, people? Man, okay. Tim Black Wolfpack is in the house. Now, as always, guys, hit the like button on your way in. You may forget later. Hit the like button to let the algorithm know that this is a good show. Damn it, it's a good show. And more people should know about this show. Stop holding good stuff back from the people, algorithm. Let the world know about this great show, man. And tonight's show is brought to you by none other than the Tim Black Legacy Mug. Politics for the people, brought to you by the Tim Black Show. $20 to your door. No shipping. I pay for the shipping. We got it's got what? Microwavable safe, dishwasher safe, and hater safe. Got to keep the haters off, Johnson. If you don't do nothing else, keep them off. So you good to go, man. Get this mug, pick it up. Go to Tim Black Mug, timblackmug.com. Also, I'm promoting my new t-shirt design, which is built for this. Built for this. We are built for this. We ain't gonna back down because we built for this. We gonna stand up to whatever's coming because we are built for this. We ain't gonna be running to the knee around the ankles of the Democratic Party because we are built for this. We ain't kowtowing. We ain't standing down. We ain't laying down. We standing up. Why? Because we are built for this. That's right, people. We built for this. That's what's up. That's what's up. So I want to welcome everybody back to the show, man. TimBlackMug.com, where you pick up your mugs. Go join TimBlack.com to become a member of the Tim Black Wolfpack. Why not? Everybody else is. Shoot. Stop playing with yourself. Man, what a night, man. What a night, man. So look, let there be no confusion what we're going to cover tonight. We're going to cover the State of the Union roast. State of the Union roast, y'all. Real simple, man. Come on now. Trump's best words in the moments you won't believe. You won't believe it. Did you see it? No, good. Perfect. Allow me to introduce myself. So, yeah. We okay, guys? The lights and the cameras and everything's working and we're up and going and people are tuning in with Olivia James and with Black Mamba, she's here, and people are here, and La 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 Cha Cha's in the house, and Nadira's in the house, or Nadira, I don't know, Nadira, yeah, there we go. D Harris is in the place. His face is in the place. And we're doing what we do. Allie, what's up? So we're going to kick it off. We ready to go? Are we okay? We good to go? Okay. The regular degular. Salute the regular degular. Shout out to Dr. Musa Abdullah in the house. Quince Randolph. Thank you. Okay. Sounds better. Robert says, Tim sounds better. Yeah, I'm healing up slowly but surely, man. Thank you, Grandma Lynn. Thank you, Robert. Thank you, fam. Yeah, it's getting better, man. Mrs. Black told me this morning. She's like, you're getting better. Getting a little bit better, baby. It's like, I worked my way through it, man. That's it, man. I don't have much of a pension, I don't have sick leave. It's funny, man. People, man, I tell you, man. I don't have no sick leave, man. You know what I'm saying? It is what it is. I got to do what I got to do, and I got to work through problems. So, yeah, I think people forget sometimes that, with other people's backs are against the wall, what they're facing in life. But that's okay, because ain't nobody walking around thinking about everybody else. Everybody walking around thinking about their own stuff. I get it. They're not walking around thinking about you. It'd be nice if they were, but they got their own stuff. Everything you got going on, other people got stuff going on. They can't be thinking about your situation. That would require empathy. You know what I'm saying? They really ain't thinking about you. Thinking about what you got to do, the bills you got to meet, what's happening with you. You know, they don't even know. They don't even trouble themselves with it. They just say whatever comes out of their mouth. Just say whatever. You know what I'm saying? They don't know what's happening, man. That's the thing about life, man. We all going through something, man. So just, you never know what someone's going through, man. I'm trying to be graceful. You know what I'm saying? I'm trying to extend grace where others don't always do it to me. It's okay. It's my job to do my best for those that do. You know what I'm saying? And we're going to extend the grace to the people. But tonight we're going to get into the State of the Union, man. I hope people want to watch this because I know how it is, man. People think, oh, it's going to be boring. No, it's not. Not with me doing it. All right, people, let's get it going. The State of the Union was given yesterday, and the Democrats acted a damn fool. I knew they was. They said they were. They told everybody, we're going to go over here and we're going to act a fool. And they kept their word. They said they was going to go up there and protest. They said some of them said, I ain't going, I'm a storm out, I'm a walk out, I'm a protest, I'm going to do this, I'm going to do that. You know, there were some people that said they weren't going to go. Yeah, some Democratic Congress people said they weren't even going to go to the address. I think that's better than going up there and showing your ass. That's what I think, you know, because when you go up and show your ass, it seems like you're just grandstanding, you know? But if you stayed home, you weren't being a nuisance. You just stayed out the way. You staying all the way out the way. That's different than going in and showing one's buttocks. Unwashed buttocks at that. Check this out, guys. I want to see how this came out. Let's see how this came out, Johnson. I'm up here trying to do stuff. The State of the Union circus, the worst, the best, the worst. And what's the other part? I even forget what I wrote there. What I write right there? And what the... I'm a wild boy, and I'm wild, you know. And what the... Yeah, man, it's something else, family. It's something else. I'm trying to tell you that these people showed up, they showed up, and they showed out, man. Let's get the party going, Johnson. It is crazy. It really is. It is crazy. You can't count on people all the time, but you can't count on DC. These politicians are politic. All the politicians going to politic. They're going to do their thing. They're going to get in front of these cameras. They're going to show out. You heard me? They're going to show out.
Welcome to the State of the Union roast. Trump's best, worst, and the moments you won't believe. Hit the like button. You don't want to miss this.
All right, y'all, I don't have a lot of time.
Okay, so the first thing about this is, and before we even get into the meat and the bones of what happened, let's talk about the people that wanted to show and stunt. You know what I'm saying? They want to show and stunt. You know what I'm saying? Let the world know that they ain't liking what's going on. They protesting. They are protesting. They are fighting the power, Johnson. None other than Representative Ayanna Pressley showing how it's done. She is so beside herself. She got to sit in a building and listen to the President of the United States talk. How dare she be subjected to hearing the words from a stage? Man, black people have been through so much. Damn, they sick dogs on us. They made us pick cotton. They took us against our will and used our bodies against our will. And now we got to sit in a room with heat on and listen to some white guy talk. Oh no! Help! It's the slavery all over again. Do we got to listen to people talk?
Came off the House floor. I could not stand one more second, tolerate one more second. This man who pardoned January 6th insurrectionists, who desecrated.
That's right, y'all. We're going to move right on to another whole topic. We're not even going to talk about what he talked about. No, we're going to use this moment to talk about what we want to talk about. We gonna talk about stuff we want to talk about that's gonna make us seem like we are fighting the power. Because that's what we trying to do. We trying to fight the power.
Chamber that we are sitting in this moment. This man who has no respect for Congress, does not respect us as a co-equal branch of government.
Nobody respects Congress, man. Congress approval rating is like 7. Folks, I'm trying to tell you that the national average of approval ratings to Congress is like 7%. That means if you had 100 people in the room, you said, hey, how many people think Congress doing a good job? 7 people will raise their hand. And I think those 7 people are related to Congress people and are waiting on a check. And they ain't trying to bite the hand that feeds them. You know what I'm saying?
Who has put us into a constitutional crisis. This man with his hateful rhetoric and his...
A constitutional crisis. Constitutional Johnson. I tell you, I keep telling people, hey, you got to go to the Supreme Court to find out if something's unconstitutional. We all know that, right? It's sort of like saying this person breaking the law. Well, you got to go to court and find them guilty to prove that they broke the law. You can't just say you broke the law. You can't just say it's unconstitutional. But hey, she's a lawmaker. What does she know?
Even more harmful policies. I went because I wanted to honor my State of the Union or my joint address of Congress guest.
Yeah, she said I wouldn't sit and subject myself to that. I'm standing up for you when I don't stand up or when I don't stay in there and I come shoot a video. That's me standing. That's your money working for you, Boston, Massachusetts. I'm doing this for you when I defy the oath of when I don't do my job, you know.
Claire from Everett, a probationary federal worker who was damn good at her job at housing and urban development, enforcing fair housing laws.
What are you talking about? Let's move on. I don't know what you're talking about. What you talking about? Okay. Next on the list was Pramila Jayapal. She was upset too. Come on, Pramila Jayapal. She is also protesting.
But there is no way that I could stay there for this address. It is insult to injury, the lies and the propaganda.
Yeah, we all know the Democrats never, ever push propaganda. Hell no, ain't no propaganda going on in the Democratic Party. That's the last thing they would ever do was propagandize. No way. That's crazy talk.
I just walked out of Trump's address, joint address to Congress. I went there because I was insistent that I wanted to hear directly from him what he had to say.
And then I heard about 2 seconds and I ran my ass out here and told my page what this person is. What's your name again? Film this. I got to put this on my social media. Yeah, help film me because I got to get some hits on my Twitter, on my X, in my blue social, my blue sky, on my TikTok, and on my Facebook. Come on now. She ran out there. It's all quiet in the hallway. She ran out here. I had to do it. I had to leave. I can't subject my ears to hearing the president talk. That's excruciating. This is gender bias. This gender bias fascist that had to sit here and be held captive by his words from the podium.
But after hearing him spew lie after lie after lie, racism and xenophobia at the center of everything.
Yeah, racism and xenophobia is at the center. It's like a cheesecake with cheese, with then it's cake with really what it is racism in there. It's racism and there's a whole layer like nougat, like a Snickers bar that's got nougat in it. That's all xenophobia. That's what that is. Xenophobia, racism, transphobia, and then like a bunch of orange stuff. I don't even know what the orange stuff is. Orange flakes or something.
I walked out. And I'm going to insist that we stand up for our constituents, for the American people across this country, and fight back so that we can make sure we're delivering for working people everywhere.
Yeah, that's right. She's delivering for you when she leave. Yeah, when she walked out of there and went and shot this video, this is to help you, America. This is how she creates legislation that fixes your life, makes your life better, and makes the lives of your children better by walking out. Yeah, walking out and shooting a video for social media. Man, you don't know how politics work. Forget all them writing bills and stuff. Who need to do that? Just go to an event and then leave early and then come outside and shoot a quick portrait-size video complaining. It's almost as good as legislation. I mean, it ain't Medicare for all, but it's Medicare for y'all. You know what I'm saying? It's not a jobs guarantee program, but it guaranteed my job. Yo, folks, one of the things about all this complaining and hand-wringing that the Democrats is doing, it's very consistent, is that they sound like a bunch of Karens. Yeah, the Democratic Party, the whole night, they sound like a bunch of Karens complaining that somebody took their parking space. They sound like a bunch of Karens complaining that people don't speak English. They upset. What are you doing in my backyard? Yeah, the Democrats are turned into a bunch of nags, old ladies, old men, old ladies, mad somebody walked across their lawn to get their newspaper. I don't know, something. You know, it's like, I don't know, it's like the Democratic Party turned into a YouTube comment section full of people announcing they unsubscribing from their free subscription. You know, I guess you gotta be a content creator to know what I'm talking about. Somebody you don't know, screen name Banana Peel 62. Well, that's it, Tim Black. I'm leaving. I didn't even know you were here, Johnson. I had no idea. Who knew Pramila J. Paul left? Who knew Ayanna Pressley left? No one knew they left. You know what? The Democrats are like the girlfriend or the ex-friend that calls you up to tell you they're not speaking to you. I just called to say I ain't talking to you no more. All right, then.
The idea of a president standing at that rostrum and throwing a slur at a United States senator in the middle because you disagree on policy is absolutely ridiculous. So
you know it's garbage time with CNN brought Tim Walz on. Man, I forgot this guy was even alive. When did Tim Conway come back from the beyond? Who brought this guy back? He was on Kamala's ticket, then they had nothing except Funyuns. Funyuns and flat root beer. You know what I'm saying? What good was he? The bonehead of the Democrat ticket. You know, he was pointless. He was unhelpful. He should just go away for like a year, don't say nothing, come back with a whole change of identity. He's worse than Beto O'Rourke. Who's this guy? Come on, man.
So I think the issue here is...
So one of the interesting things tonight about Donald Trump's State of the Union address is just how it had layers and layers of ugliness and distraction.
Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant at Arms to restore order.
It had layers and layers of ugliness and distraction and crazy stories. And stuff that would make a fact checker's head explode.
I mean, guys, I'm looking at this thing, man, and I'm like, man, this can't be our government. You know, at some point, besides me compiling it, it's just, I'm like, man, these people run our government. These people, how'd that happen? How we get this roster of losers? Like, what did we do to deserve this, man? And the worst part about it is, some of us think these are winners. Yeah, we different. If everybody agreed, we got a bunch of losers playing. But now we got not half the country, a third of the country going, that's my dog. Nancy Pelosi's 125 years old. No one understands anything she says. She's corrupt as the day is long. And we got people going, that's my girl. She's amazing. How dare you talk bad about her, Tim? She's amazing. Look at Trump. Trump been a politician for 5 minutes. Nancy been a politician for 30 years. And people going, why you talk about Nancy? Talk about Trump. Talk about Trump. They say that Trump is trying to benefit his billionaire friends. Nancy's been benefiting herself for 25 years. There are apps that were created to mimic her Wall Street trades so that you can become rich like her, because she uses inside information to know what stocks to pick and dump, to pump and dump at what time. Do you realize this? And we got people going, no, Tim, you gotta follow Trump, not the corruption of the Democrat Party. You need to be on this one guy, or you ain't right. You can't make this shit up.
Why do all that? And I think the big part is because Donald Trump and the Republicans in Congress have a plan.
Man, I'm not ready yet, man. I didn't mean to put this in so early, man. I did not mean to go to this shit yet. The ratchetness of the Democratic Party, I'm not ready for it, man. We gotta ease our way into it, Tim Black. Come on, Tim, man. Calm down, brother. Don't jump out there yet. Come on now.
And the plan is to cut taxes for...
I thought the Democrats went as low as they could go like 4 years ago when they did working and twerking or vaking or faking or something for a vote. It was some horrible thing they did to black people. You know what I'm saying? Like, folks, I am convinced that the Democratic Party is the most racist party in America. There's a KKK party that's less racist than the Democratic Party, because the KKK party will have no black people there making black people look like garbage. But the Democrats do. Yeah, the Democrats got black people just lining up. Can't wait to put on a minstrel show. Look at this. That is a congressperson and probably top 5 most popular congresspeople in America is this woman right here, dancing in Congress.
Billionaires and to make everybody else pay for it. And the best way to slip through a plan like that is so unpopular is to try to throw up one handful of sand after.
What is she even talking about? Well, first of all, I think that we need to all band together. See, in America, when I built that organization, back when I was a Native American, which I lied about, when I didn't pay to go to college and paid a lot less to go because I lied about my heritage, about my mama and pawpaw, I was fiddlysticks, gee willikers. I was laying out that dress on my table. My mother told me about this dress. It's a dress you lay out next to the boots, and those are called kicking butt boots. Yeah, the kicking butt boots. And I said, let me tell you something. I put on the boots, and I went to marching, and I said, we're gonna stop the corruption, because the corruption is something else. The corruption and the consumption of the conjunction junction is not my function. Oh, Jesus.
After another, and hope that nobody will actually see what's happening.
Ilhan Omar. You know, I will give it to her in one way. She don't like it here. She don't like the people. She don't like the food. And she damn sure don't like Donald Trump. And at least she don't try to pretend like she is anything other than, somebody who don't like it here. You know what I'm saying? And I appreciate that, you know what I'm saying? Because there's things I don't like. And I tend not to pretend that I like them, you know? But I tell you, man, she got the dead eye look, man. I would not. She like that white lady on Paradise. You know what I'm saying? With Sterling K. Brown. She the one that had his child kidnapped. You have to see it. I don't mean to give it away. I'm just saying, man, there's something evil. Who's the girl? Who the woman that played the witch in the witch, the black? You know what I'm talking about? The woman that talk crazy about black people. I got a feeling Ilhan Omar said some bad things about black people that she had to delete. I'm sure she did. Everybody talk bad about black people. Everybody that look black but ain't black from somewhere else, they always got something to say. I'm just saying, I got a feeling. I could be wrong though. Guys, it was, and I believe that what we have here.
Welcome to the Jasmine Crockett Show.
We had a Jasmine Crockett show, Johnson. And Jasmine Crockett, I will give her this. She don't care. That's all I'm gonna give her. She don't care. And it shows, Johnson. It showed big time. She got started early. She didn't even wait.
Ta-da, America. The wild and zany times for just an around-the-way girl from Missouri. That's right, Crockett was born in St. Louis, Missouri, to parents Pastor Joseph and Gwen Crockett. So how did she get to Congress? Cryptocurrency traders, super PACs, give $2 million boost to State Representative Jasmine Crockett's congressional run. Ain't America something else, y'all?
Yeah, man. And she put this video out just before the same day of the thing. She got started early, man. She is really taking pages out of the Trump playbook, man, and just taking it to a whole new level. And that's what I'm saying, man. These people say they don't like Trump, but they love Trump, man. They all trying to promote like Trump. They all trying to like get their brand out there. Look at this. This is somebody who says, you know what? I see you, AOC, and I'll raise you some ratchetness. See, you can't do it like I could do it. I'm going to throw some ratchet on it. Yeah.
He's hearing all kinds of nonsense and bullshit. Let me just be real. And we ain't gonna sit for that shit. We wouldn't, you know.
Look at that. Oh, look at that. Look at that. I got people. I'm a commentator with a little YouTube platform, right? I got people. Tim Black, watch your language. Why? Your Congress people don't. You don't got a problem with your Congress people cursing in front of the whole country. I'm cursing my little YouTube channel. I got a swear jar. And you got Jasmine Crockett, Representative Jasmine Crockett, one of the most popular Congress people in America. What is she doing? I'm keeping it real. Real dumb. I would say she's setting black people back. But I don't want to put it so. I ain't going to say that. I ain't going to say that. She's setting some black people back. You know what I'm saying?
He's hearing all kinds of nonsense and bullshit. Let me just be real. And we ain't gonna sit for that shit. We wouldn't, you know. We showed up. And if he had some sense, then maybe we would have been about that life. But y'all know he ain't got no sense. So please give some love. This took a little bit of coordinating to do for sure. We got some cool shirts.
Look at that. They selling merch. What'd I tell you? Everybody talks like about Trump, but then everybody's trying to do what he doing. Y'all don't see that? Oh, it's just me noticing this, huh? Look at this. This the other shirt she promoting. She might as well just start a YouTube channel. Stop wasting your time with Congress acting like you legislate, girl. Get on out here and be an influencer. You can be big as Andrew Tate. You can be the next Andrew Tate. Maybe you can be Charleston White. Ain't real high, you can be Candace Owens. Yeah. You're already selling this out like you are.
We got Madam Williams.
While we may not have the numbers just yet, that doesn't mean that we don't have fight left in our bodies. And so I am going to fight him every step of the way until we get what we deserve, because it was my ancestors that built this motherfucker.
Yeah, you know, so you got to throw blackness on it. See? Got to find a way. Look, I got a feeling I'm losing the crowd. Let me throw slavery in there real quick for $200. Yeah, let me throw some slavery in there. Yeah, my people built this country. Yeah, I get to drop a MF on here. This is how you keep it real. This is what black people like. Give me some chicken and some hot sauce and some fatback and some chitlins. Give me some pork chops to go with my side of pork, to go with my other side of pork. Yeah, that's how we do it. Yeah, I don't think that she's sending black people back. She's trying to, ain't she? She's trying to make black people look as bad as possible. Yeah, yeah. You know, there are people that's going to defend her. There are going to be people that defend her. They're going to say, Tim Black, why are you trying to make her look bad? There you go again, Tim Black. Trying to drag down a black woman. How am I drag down somebody who's already on the ground? I don't understand what you're saying, sister. How am I knocking somebody who's already knocked over? Now, I'm stepping over her, and I'm telling you, this is a hot mess. Because she is a hot mess. But hey, she's proud of it.
Okay, I'm done now. I'm done. This is not what we should be doing. I don't even know why we fighting with Greenland. Why we fighting with Greenland? We fighting with Canada. We fighting with Mexico. Yet we in love with Putin. What is happening? Like, this is not America. This is a terrible nightmare. Somebody slap me and wake me the fuck up because I'm ready.
It's like, fam, somebody please come get they drunk aunt, sister, niece, come get her. Come get her off the world stage. Real talk. Just come get her. And it's like they said, like they watched Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene show their ass, and it was like, we need somebody ratchet to do this. We need somebody black. Yeah, let's find somebody black who has no decorum at all, that's willing to show her natural ass in all situations. That's what we need to compete. We can't have these Republicans acting fools by themselves. We need somebody to act a fool for us that has no dignity, that's willing to drag black people to the lowest common denominator and keep the focus on the Democrats for the next 3 years. Cryptocurrency winner Jasmine Crockett from Missouri moves to Texas, runs with that stolen money. Sam Bankman-Fried sold stolen money. I'm trying to tell you, it's all corrupt. Is that okay to talk about? Because it's a Democrat. I don't know, because it's not. I might not be safe to talk about. If it's a Republican stealing money, tell us all day. Jasmine Crockett is a cartoon character, fam. That's what she is. And the problem I have with her, once again, it'd be different if we all agreed that this is a person who's obviously just out to make a name for herself. She's obviously trying to get a job working on the Revolt Network or MTV or Comedy Central. But no, she's not. She wants you to think she's a serious person. That's the problem. The kicker is there are some people that think she's serious, and she is anything but serious. If you think she's serious, you aren't being serious.
To get on with it. I want to make clear that when we hear the stories of the economic impact, these are stories that are impacting all of us. It's not just...
Listen to this. She doesn't even think about what she says before she says it. She just said, when we hear stories about the economic impact, these are stories that are impacting all of us. Do you hear this? That's like saying, when we talk about football, we talk about football. You'll be like, what kind of commentator is this? Of course, if we talk about football, we talk about football. No, but see, when we talk about football, man, we are talking about football. She gets paid a lot of money. She's like the #1 black congresswoman in America right now. And this is her speaking to people. The camera is not a secret camera. She sees the camera. Does she prepare something, some remarks? Nah. She just run out and says anything.
Women. Unfortunately, we had an opportunity to have a woman lead this country, and I promise you she would have led us to the promised land. But
that's right, y'all. Kamala Harris would have led us to the promised land. Sellout ass Kamala Harris would have led us to the promised land. It's our fault because she was going to take us to the promised land, y'all. That's right, Kamala Tubman. Sojourner Harris was going to take us to the promised land. I promise y'all, that's what she was going to do. How can you promise me something that didn't happen, nor did anyone see occur? How can you promise me something that we had no way to verify? How could you promise me something you can't give me and deliver on? But no one holds her accountable. All the mainstream media, all of them, ignoring this train wreck. They are ignoring this train wreck. And you know what? People say, Tim Black, you made a case for it, guys. You made a case for it. Back when Obama was running and he was doing this thing, it was a case for people to see Barack Obama. They would say, Barack Obama is an exemplary speaker. He's poised. He has that swag, a stage presence, delivery. He had a charm with him. It wasn't just because he was a guy. It was because of his delivery. There have been other guys like Tim Scott who don't have that. It's not just a gender situation. But for Barack Obama, you could say, yeah, there are times he seemed phony, but he always had a polished phoniness. Jasmine Crockett's just all over the place. She's just a train wreck. She's just a haphazard, lazy. And what's sad is there are people watching this. Young people are watching her act this way. And if they act this way, they will never get a job anyway at any time for anyone. There are young Black women seeing this who I hope that they have people that are watching over them that will tell them, don't you ever do this shit at your job. Don't you ever carry yourself this way when you are trying to move throughout this world, because this shit she is doing is not real. And the reaction to it is not real. You act this way on a job in America. Anybody ever had a real job in America? You act this way on your job in America, it may be your last day on your job in America. I mean, unless you work at a booby bar, at a strip club, unless you work at a hip hop happy hour. Like, this is not regular. That's what I'm trying to tell you. This is not how you work. Try this shit at the bank.
Officer was diagnosed with.
Okay,
what is happening?
All right, let's move on.
Democrats stoop to a new low in a segment we at the Tim Black.
Now we want to move on to this segment. This is let's get to some of the lows. Let's get to some of the lows, man. And this for me was one of the lowest points of the entire show, the circus hour, which was the State of the Union 2025 Donald Trump address. This was where they make, when we can't agree that there's some things that we should all just kind of be on union, kind of be in lockstep, like we should all have empathy at the same time on some things. Some things cannot be political. Some things we gotta say, you know what? I'm gonna go ahead and be a decent person. Not the Democrats. Oh no, not the Democrats. Lord have mercy. Where we at, Johnson?
Democrats stoop to a new low in a segment we at the Tim Black Show call F That Lil Fascist. If you stand for terminally ill cancer survivors, you'll fall for anything. Don't be a sucker, America. Resist. Resist. Resist.
Joining us in the gallery tonight is a young man who truly loves our police. His name is DJ Daniel. He is 13 years old, and he has always dreamed of becoming a police officer.
One of the things that bothered me about this segment was I saw a lot of people on like Facebook, for instance. Shout out to my Facebook people, man. Hit the like button if you're on Facebook or X or YouTube. Hit the like button for us, man. It's important. There were people that were making excuses for the Democrats not standing for this young man. They were saying, oh, this is just a ploy. Trump just doing this as a ploy. It's just to get sympathy. Yeah, that's what we do at these addresses. That's what everything is. Everything is symbolism. Everything is a plea or a narrative. Since when have any of the parties given up on doing that? That's always what they do. But at some point, when it's something like this, you got to say, okay, you got me. I'm going to show that I'm not a horrible individual because people are watching this. People are watching this, and this is something that supersedes the bickering and the nonsense, because this is something that young man condition is not a put on. He truly is fighting for his life. And instead of people going, okay, yeah, Democrats should have did a better job, I got people that call themselves progressive who still follow me on Facebook going, F that kid. Now, if Trump or Republicans would have did a similar thing to a black kid who was terminally ill, we'd never hear the end of it. That's because these people want you to believe the only races that exist in America are Republicans or conservatives. They want to deny their own racism. Folks, it is one thing not to like Trump. It's another thing to be disrespectful to a 13-year-old kid fighting for his damn life. And if he saw something he thought he could do, which is live long enough to be a cop, and Trump gave that to him. You ain't gotta like Trump to say, you know what, okay, I feel you on that. Nobody say vote for him. You can't vote for him. It's over. You lost. Democrats have lost. The election is over. It does nothing. You just take any points you have on the board, you just erase them when you treat this young man like garbage to spite Trump. And it's insulting when you try to throw it like, oh, Democrats never do this. Democrats never use people to show a side of themselves. All politicians do that. But for some reason, when Democrats don't go along with it, they want to pass for not going along with the plan, which is everybody's supposed to go, oh, because it's a genuine moment. And it's this is a layup. This is a layup.
But in 2018, DJ was diagnosed with brain cancer. The doctors gave him 5 months at most to live. That was more than 6 years ago. Since that time, DJ and his dad have been on a quest to make his dream come true, and DJ has been sworn in as an honorary law enforcement officer, actually a number of times. The police love him, the police departments love him. And tonight, DJ, we're going to do you the biggest honor of them all. I am asking our new Secret Service Director, Sean Curran, to officially make you an agent of the United States Secret Service.
That was a surprise. He didn't know that was going to happen. And you could tell on his face that that was a surprise. It was not planned. It was just something nice to do for the kid. I don't see how you could, like I said, the election's over, guys. It's slow. It's slow to withhold applause for this.
Thank you, DJ.
But I think this was a lesson in finding one thing that you let yourself feel. And I let myself feel joy about DJ. And I hope he's alive for another, 95 years, right? And I hope he lives and the life he wants to live. He wants to be a cop. He knows what he wants to do. And maybe when you have childhood cancer, that crystallizes for you. And I hope he has a long life as a law enforcement officer. But I hope he never has to defend the United States Capitol against Donald.
This is just horrible, horrible, totally tone deaf, right? This is like, I can't believe this woman's saying this shit. Like, there should be, like, levels. Where's Sandman Sims with the cane and the cane, the umbrella, whatever? Come yank her ass off stage. I'm looking for him to come tap dance his ass out the back and come move her off the stage right now. If this was the Apollo, if this was the Gong Show, she'd be gonged. There should be a trap door under her damn chair that opens up and swallows her. One of them monsters from the Return of the Jedi that come out of the ground, the squid thing, the serpent thing, just eats her up and then pulls her beneath the surface. Something out of Dune should just consume her right now. How detached from, like, society in a bubble do you have to be to not know that this was not a good idea?
Donald Trump supporters. And if he does, I hope he isn't one of the 6 who loses his life to suicide. And I hope...
Damn! She said, I hope he don't kill himself. Folks, she said, I hope he doesn't kill himself. She couldn't just say, hey, I wish the kid the best. I got nothing negative to say about the young man. I think some things are off limits, and I think we should rise above that. And let's just move on and wish him the best. He is a young man. He didn't vote. He's just a young man who's trying to live his best life. And we should give him the grace to do that and the space to do that, frankly. No, not her. She has devolved the conversation to, hope he don't kill himself. Hope he don't hurt himself. Because that's what Trump like cops to do. Trump like cops to take themselves out. This is, once again, guys, this is how bad our politics is. It don't get no worse. I mean, this is garbage. If you are looking at a friend of yours, if you're looking at somebody that you know, if you're not talking to someone because they got a different opinion on a policy or on politics, go apologize. Because this is what y'all fighting over. People that would say dumb shit like this, that they're not normal. To them, this is a charade. If there are people in your life that you care about, that you are no longer interacting with, if there are grudges you are holding, let it go. Can't you see? These people are not regular. And don't you allow these people with their theatrics to cause you to have rips in your life. This is atrocious what this woman did. And it's just a shame that everybody in corporate media, everybody didn't just get rid of her. She should be gone. Like, real talk, she should be gone. Like, who wants to ever hear from her again?
He isn't one who has to testify against the people who carried out acts of seditious conspiracy and then live to see Donald Trump pardon those people.
Hi, everyone. I'm Melissa Slotkin. I'm honored to have the opportunity to speak tonight.
This was probably, arguably, one of the worst response speeches. I don't even know who she is. I don't know what she's talking about. But whatever it was, there was no reason to talk. It's just like watching paint dry. I'm not going to subject you to much of it, but just a taste of, they did have someone follow up after Trump to speak.
It's late, so I promise to be a lot shorter than what you just watched. I won't take it personally if you've never heard of me.
And never hear from you again.
Reagan must be rolling in his grave. We all want an end to the war in Ukraine. But Reagan understood that true strength required America to combine our military and economic might.
So basically, we need to keep giving them more billions of dollars. Yeah, let's just give them more money. We gave them $300 billion. Let's give them another $300 billion. What the hell? It's not like we got homeless vets. It's not like we got, people that are, struggling here at home. It's not like we don't have, people that could use that money in their own lives who are American citizens. Do what Reagan would have done. Send it abroad. Yeah, and let's turn this five-year war into another 5 years. Why not? Let's throw good money after bad. I mean, Ukraine's already drafting 50-year-old men. Maybe they'll start drafting school-age children too. Yeah, get those kids out there on the battlefield and give it a shot. What a jackass.
With moral clarity. And that scene in the Oval Office wasn't just a bad episode of, he clearly doesn't think we should lead the world. Look, America is not perfect, but
No, America's not perfect. America sucks right now. I don't care who you are. America's not perfect. Of course it's not perfect. It's far from perfect. But we can be a little less stupid and keep our money here, invest in our own citizens, invest in our own people, and give those people an opportunity for a better life. We should do that because we pay into our system.
I stand with the majority of Americans who believe we are still exceptional. It's at risk. It's at risk when the president decides you can pick and choose what rules you want to follow, when he ignores court orders and the Constitution itself, or when elected leaders stand by and just let it happen. But it's also at risk when the president pits Americans against each other.
Yeah, because we know Democrats never pit us against anybody. No, not the Democrats. That's not what they've been doing for the past, 10 years. They haven't been doing that. It's just Trump. Come on, man. Anybody buys this? Let's get past her. Let's move past her. So let's go here to Trump. He's the star
As
of the
I'm
night.
sure there was no surprise, Trump was in rare form delivering blistering one-liners, zingers and middle fingers to the opposition. At one point, we wanted to call Child Protective Services to arrest him. The way he beat up on the Democrats was a sight to behold. This segment, the best and worst of Trump. State of the Union 2025 edition. Buckle up, kids. Daddy's mashing the pedal.
Our country will be woke no longer.
I've been telling people, man, because there's this narrative that when Republicans say woke, they mean black. You really think that's what it meant? Is that really what it is? Because black is a noun. Black people are a noun, right? So when he just said we will be woke no longer, you don't think they're talking about a mentality? I mean, I'm just being honest. Be honest. I know people you like, people you know, some people that I've known, that I've liked, have said this. Is that really what it meant? Does woke really mean black? Or does woke mean a mentality where everything you complain about stuff, certain things? I mean, what it's become, not what it was. Back when I was selling shirts woke as F-A-F, it just meant paying attention, knowing what's going on, not being fooled. That all changed. But it didn't change to black. Once again, when I listened to Trump say it in his speech, it just didn't seem like he was saying black.
Trump was in rare form delivering blistering one-liners, zingers and middle fingers to the opposition. At one point, kids, daddy's mashing the pedal.
Our country will be woke no longer. We believe that whether you are a doctor, an accountant, a lawyer, or an air traffic controller, you should be hired and promoted based on skill and competence, not race or gender. Very important.
Yeah, see, I got a problem with this because I happen to understand that there are people that aren't getting hired because of their race and their gender. And then you're saying, well, you want people to get hired for their race and their gender. But there are people that are not getting hired because of their race and their gender. And it's like both sides are saying the same thing in different ways. But hey, why let reality take away from a good narrative that's working for you? Okay? And that's one of the things that I don't like about conservatives, man, is that they deny what's going on in real life because they want to fit into a Trump narrative. Now, I got a problem with that. Right? I got a problem with that. But I also do not like when it's like, oh, you got to do this thing right here because this is the trendy thing to do, regardless of if it's good for us or good for you or makes any sense at all. And at the end of the day, when all of it was said and done, it's like people use the word black and use black people in it. Well, we didn't even benefit from this shit. It's one thing to have to hear people talk about black people all day when we got something out of it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? It's another thing to hear people fighting about black people, and at the end of the day, there is nothing under the tree for me. There's something under the tree for other people. That's a slap in the face.
We also have a message tonight for the incredible people of Greenland. We strongly support your right to determine your own future. And if you choose, we welcome you into the United States of America. We need Greenland for national security and even international security, and we're working with everybody involved to try and get it. But we need it really for international world security, and I think we're going to get it. One way or the other, we're going to get it.
I think Trump was joking about the Greenland thing, and I think it's just a way to troll the Democrats. You couldn't see that's what that is. Democrats are so easy. Corporate media is so easy to get on their back leg. All you got to do is stutter step them like 2 seconds, and they fall all over themselves. I mean, everybody's laughing except the Democrats. What a bunch of goofs.
$1 million to improve the social and economic inclusion of sedentary migrants. Nobody knows what that is. $8 million to promote LGBTQI+ in the African nation of Lesotho, which nobody has ever heard of. $60 million for indigenous peoples and Afro-Colombian empowerment in Central America. $60 million. $8 million for making mice transgender.
Look. So this was hilarious because, okay, the term is transgenic, right? And I looked this up because I wanted to educate you guys on this, right? So transgenic is nothing to do with transgender or changing anyone's gender or changing the gender of mice. It is mice that are genetically modified for research purposes. So they do something to the mice. I don't know what it is, they do. But they modified the mice and then done experiments on them. Okay, so I don't know for what purpose. It's not listed, but it's not to change the sex or the orientation of the mice. But it's funny.
This is real. We'll be ending the flagrant waste of taxpayer dollars. And to that end, I have created the brand new Department of Government Efficiency. GOGE. Perhaps you've heard of it. Perhaps. Which is headed by Elon Musk, who is in the gallery tonight.
They said headed by Elon Musk. They said that's against the law for him to say he's heading in this department because he's not an elected official or something. I don't know how that's going to all work out. You know what? I don't know if Trump can do any of this shit he's doing, but it works for him. It's working for him. It's working for him.
Thank you, Elon. He's working very hard. He didn't need this. He didn't need this. Thank you very much. We appreciate it. Everybody here, even this side, appreciates it, I believe.
They don't appreciate it. Well, I think they appreciate the airtime. They get to talk about them. They get to go on MSNBC and CNN and ABC and CBS, NPR, and other networks to complain about Elon Musk because Trump is beating the brakes off of him. Maybe they'll have more success going up against Elon Musk. The Trump derangement syndrome didn't turn out so well. Now it's Elon derangement syndrome. You know what I'm saying? And now they want to go up against him. And, hey, like I said, I don't think that Elon has any power. He reports to Trump, and Trump's telling, Trump decides when Elon goes away, if Elon continues. I think it's just a guy that takes a little heat off Trump for Trump. And he could just, put, I don't know. That's what I think. Elon doesn't hire or fire people. He's not closing agencies. He can't. How?
They just don't want to admit that. We're going to. We're also identifying shocking levels of incompetence and probable fraud in the Social Security program for our seniors, and that our seniors and people that we love rely on. Believe it or not, government databases list 4.7 million Social Security members from people aged 100 to 109 years old. It lists 3.6 million people from ages 110 to 119. I don't know any of them. I know some people that are rather elderly, but not quite that elderly. 3.47 million people from ages 120 to 129. 3.9 million people from ages 130 to 139. 3.5 million people from ages 140 to 149. And money is being paid to many of them. And we're searching right now. In fact, Pam, Good luck. Good luck. You're going to find it. But a lot of money is paid out to people because it just keeps getting paid and nobody does. And it really hurts Social Security and hurts our country. 1.3 million people from ages 150 to 159 and over 130,000 people, according to the Social Security databases, are age over 160 years old. We have a healthier country than I thought, Bobby.
Look, I've been trying to figure this out, what this means. You know, like I was trying to understand this whole part because it seems so crazy. It's like far-fetched. I'm like, how this getting paid out? Now, I got a theory about this, and I don't know if it's accurate or not, but this is what I'm thinking. I'm thinking maybe, okay, so, you know, it's not actual real money. It's just things in a, you know, things in a computer program, and it deducts money from a budget. And yeah, it goes out of the thing. It leaves the numbers decrease and looks like a payment has been made. It's not real money. I don't think anybody actually gets it. I mean, who would actually get it? I mean, we all can agree that no one's living that long. No one's actually 119 years old. So, or even 110. I doubt if there's many more than two people 110. I don't know. But 3.6 million people? You know, so that's my theory, is that the money may appear to be going out of the Social Security Administration database, or out of the system. It's obviously not getting cashed, I guess. So I you know, I don't know. I'm just theorizing, like, what the hell is going on. I first thought names just still appeared on the list, but that's not what he's saying here. He's saying some of these people are actually getting paid. I don't know. To what account? What account? What were you sending? Hard checks? Someone's getting checks. There are 3.6 million hard checks going out. I don't get it. Well, 20 million hard checks are being mailed to what address? To what person? And being cashed by whom? So give me some liquor store camera receipts. Yeah, get some liquor store camera receipts of people cashing these checks. Or some, you know, payday loan places, check cashing places where people showing up to cash it. I can't wait to see Methuselah and, I don't know, some biblical person showing up, you know, to cash a check. I want to see this crypt keeper wobbling, fairly walking up, or forget walking, driving up in a walker wheelchair to cash a check. Anyway, seems a little crazy. I need more information, Johnson.
Big numbers and won counties in our country. And won counties in our country, 2,700 to 525, on a map that reads almost completely red for Republican. Now, for the first time in modern history, more Americans believe that our country is headed in the right direction than the wrong direction. In fact, it's an astonishing record, 27-point swing, the most ever.
Newt Gingrich, who dug that guy up? Jesus Christ. Jesus, that's not a face you want to see anytime soon. God, I could have went all day without seeing Newt Gingrich.
Likewise, small business optimism saw its single largest one-month gain ever recorded, a 41-point jump.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House and to cease any further disruptions. That's your warning.
Man, you know, man, the bad thing about it is the Democrats already went on record saying they were going to be as disruptive as possible. They're going to come there and protest. They're going to pull all these stunts, you know, and it's like, okay, you know, it just seems like a bunch of kid shit, you know. At some point, it's like, man, just get this over with. You know, you're not convincing anybody of anything. No one's watching it going, I can't make my mind up. Am I going to roll with the Democrats or Republicans? Let me watch the State of the Union address and see how the Democrats act. That will determine what I do. That's not how people think. I don't think that has any impact on anything. All they're trying to do is grab a little bit of the news cycle. All they're trying to do is get their name in print, get on some shows, make some media rounds. It's all self-serving. And once again, I understand it. I've been doing this for over a decade now. I get it. I finally get it. Okay, fine. You got to do what you got to do to rise, to get your name out there. You got to build your brand. I get it. Here's the thing, guys. My problem, there are people who don't get it. They think this is actually valuable protest. Like this is effective. It's not effective. No one will change their party affiliation or send money. Well, maybe there are some Looney Tunes that'll send money based on this. Hey, if you got money sitting around, laying around, and you're willing to give it to either one of these parties based on some shit you saw here tonight, on this night, P.O. Box 701, Bryan's Road, Maryland, 206. Shit, I wish I remember my zip code. You could send it to the Tim Black Show. Make it out to Tim Black Show, TTL Media. I mean, since you want to just give money, you know, out willy-nilly, that's, you know, shit, send some this way because this is foolishness.
Members are engaging in willful and continuing breach of decorum, and the chair is prepared to direct the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order to the joint session. Mr. Green, take your seat. Take your seat, sir. Take your seat. Finding that members continue to engage in willful and concerted disruption of proper decorum, the chair now directs the Sergeant-at-Arms to restore order. Remove this gentleman from the chamber.
Yeah, why make this go on longer and longer for no reason at all, man? What is actually being accomplished by this? I don't see a damn thing, man. You know, this is not standing up for anybody. You know what I'm saying? This does not benefit anyone. No one's rent's going to get paid. No one's mortgage is going to get handled. It's not going to keep anybody's lights on. It's not going to put money in your pocket. It's not going to put you to work. This does nothing for a soul. Nothing. There's nothing to gain from this. This is the epitome of performance. This is the epitome. This is what a performance is, guys. This is the example, the clearest example. And because Democrats are doing it, Democrats are behind it. But it's a waste of time, and it doesn't do anything. And once again, it's sad that there are people that think it is doing it. They think this is the way you stand up. just delaying the inevitable. Let this guy get the speech done.
Members are directed to uphold and maintain decorum in the House. Mr. President, you continue.
Thank you. Over the past 6 weeks, and once again, I look at the Democrats in front of me, and I realize there is absolutely nothing I can say to make them happy or to make them stand or smile or applaud. Nothing I can do. I could find a cure to the most devastating disease, a disease that would wipe out entire nations, or announce the answers to the greatest economy in history, or the stoppage of crime to the lowest levels ever recorded. And these people sitting right here will not clap, will not stand, and certainly will not cheer for these astronomical achievements. They won't do it, no matter what. Five times I've been up here. It's very sad, and it just shouldn't be this way.
And he's right. You know, there's nothing he could do. I mean, there are people that are going to hate him no matter what he says. And the Democrats, they're out of power. There's nothing that they could do to stop him from doing anything he wants to do. So all they could do is throw a hissy fit and hold up these damn signs. These damn signs. Like, yeah. That's all they can do. That's the level of whatever. But it didn't start this way. There was something they could do, and that was not run Kamala Harris, right? They could have not done that. They did that. And now they lose. So now this is where we are.
With no end in sight, the United States has sent hundreds of billions of dollars to support Ukraine's defense, with no security, with no anything. Do you want to keep it going for another 5 years? Yeah, you would say Pocahontas says yes.
Yeah, you know, I thought that was a good one. Yeah, I thought that was a good one. But I'll say this, man. I just look at it like the Democrats just don't care about who dies. They don't care. And this whole idea that, like when I was coming up, man, I used to hear, you know, I wasn't even involved in politics at all. But I would hear people say that the Democrats were the party of peace. They ain't the party of peace. What's going on in Ukraine is a waste of damn time, and people are making lots of money. And just like all the last 3 wars we've been in. I can't remember the last time we were in a war that made any damn sense at all, you know? I mean, it makes sense if you're trying to make money. It makes sense if you want to make a point, proxy war. You know what I'm saying? But it doesn't make sense in the human capital that's being lost, the people that are being killed, you know, the devastation that it's causing, the immense sorrow and pain it's causing. And Democrats are like, yeah, just keep on throwing money on it. That's what we do. Just keep throwing money at it. Then we say, hey, how about we throw some money to some programs here in the country and people get all quiet? They don't have the heart to fight for that. But they'll sit up here and show their ass for this. Elizabeth Warren will clap through a speech about giving Ukraine more money. And then they're going to act like she's a victim because he called her Pocahontas. He's been calling you Pocahontas for years. Get over it.
2,000 people are being killed every single week. More than that. And we've ended weaponized government where, as an example, a sitting president is allowed to viciously prosecute his political opponent, like me. How did that work out? Not too good. Not too good. The media and our friends in the Democrat Party kept saying we needed new legislation. We must have legislation to secure the border. But it turned out that all we really needed was a new president.
Yeah, that was. I think that was probably the line of the night. That was the line of the night, probably. That's probably his best line of the night. His worst was the transgenic, just because it was wrong, totally wrong. But this one was the line of the night because, yeah, there has been no new legislation that has been passed that has caused Trump to be able to lock down the border like 80% less traffic than 3 months before. You know, how'd that happen? He just wanted to. Yeah, so the Democrats said, oh, we tried to lock it down, but Trump wouldn't let us. He wasn't the president. You were the president. Joe Biden was president, and he said, we couldn't get a deal done on the border because Trump won't let it happen. All he had to do was use the executive orders and put the same executive orders that were in place that had it shut down before. He didn't want to. So what does Trump do? Trump comes back in office, uses executive orders, and effectively close 80%, maybe 85% of the traffic that is coming through the border. That's without Congress. Folks, hit the like button, then go to presidentialimpact.com. Go to presidentialimpact.com. Pick up my free ebook where I talk about how presidents get things done without Congress. It's a historical record of presidents throughout history who have gotten things done without Congress. That's what Trump did. Other presidents, such as Obama, LBJ, Teddy Roosevelt, have got things done without Congress. And so could have Biden. But I got people that want to tell me what's right, what's wrong, want to defend the Democrats, say they're not on the side of the Democrats. They just don't give a shit about the border. They don't give a shit about fentanyl crossing our border. They don't give a shit because it hasn't been them. They haven't lost loved ones to the fentanyl crisis or the violence. Their daughter hasn't been Laken Riley or Jasmine Crockett. So they don't give a shit. Let's keep going. Last but not least, folks, I think we're coming up to it now. We're almost there, I think.
Which brings us to the end, the tale of the tape. The talking heads discuss the beatdown, swerves, misses, complaints, and restraints. Oh well, this is the chattering class's chattering mass media opinions. Here's what the talking heads were saying, including some damaging polls. If you're a Democrat, that is. Pew! Someone crack a window. It smells like something died in here.
Yeah, I mean, look, I'm sure she's a very nice person. None of this will be remembered because this was a horrific night for the opposition party, regardless of how well she just spoke. It started out with Al Green getting thrown off the House floor because he couldn't keep his emotions under control. Then they had the ridiculous paddles, which now social media is roasting.
That you said false on one side and
ridiculous.
Elon on
and
the
then
other.
finally, and maybe most terribly, the Democrats who couldn't find it in their heart to stand for objectively good things, including the 95-year-old mother of Mark Fogel and Mark, who got rescued from a Russian prison, and they couldn't even stand up for that. I thought Democrats came into this speech lost and defeated by Donald Trump, and today it looks to me like they're even more lost and even more defeated than when this speech started.
I don't think I've ever seen something that was so pointed, so partisan, not just in what the president was saying, but in the mood in the room, the sort of aggression, the occasional cruelty, the mocking, the laughter. It had a tone. I mean, these are usually moments for at least all of us to say, okay, I may not agree with you, Mr. President. I may have differences on that policy, but we're going to stand here at the top and we're going to say this is about our youth.
Last night was a very clarifying moment for our country. The Democrats exposed themselves as the party of insanity and hate.
For the record, and this is disgusting, the president made a spectacle out of praising a young man who thus far survived pediatric cancer, as if the president had something to do with that.
That's a spectacle to put that young man, to get a young guy giving DJ a honorary Secret Service badge. That's a mockery, really. Like as far as mockeries goes, that's a pretty tame ass mockery, if you ask me. I mean, it's more like a nice gesture. It's just like the deal is the Democrats have decided that Trump is so evil he can never do anything that's nice for anyone, and if he does, you got to shit on it immediately. I remember when Obama was running against McCain, and McCain had that moment where the lady was like, "I'm afraid of Obama. Obama, he's a Muslim, and he's a terrorist." And McCain's like, "Give me the mic, you old bat. Give me the mic." I know he's not. No, he's not. He's a decent man. It's just someone I disagree with. That was like a great moment. I don't know. I guess it didn't help him. You know what I'm saying? Maybe he should have went for the jugular. But it was a big moment, a magnanimous moment to show that you ain't got to be on this BS. You know what I'm saying? And there's just been times when people should rise above. And I think Trump, they just demonized him to the point. People, it's like a cartoon character. People believe anything negative they ever say. They believe it. And with the Democrats, people believe the opposite. They believe they're saints. And when they do dumb shit, like dance to Kendrick Lamar in the hallways of Congress, drop F-bombs, act a fool, make a big-ass stink in the actual, whatever we call this place, rotunda, whatever the hell, that's good news. That's good trouble. It's not exactly the freedom ride to be in this well-heated place without getting dog sick on you, with no water hoses and no cops hitting you in the head, nobody throwing rocks to stand up. Like that's not really what protest is about. But leave it to Rachel Maddow to exaggerate the shit out of everything.
In the midst of him praising Doge, the Doge cuts, among other things, have cut off funding for ongoing research into pediatric cancer.
To the results, what was your reaction to Trump's speech? 44% of speech watchers in our instant poll tonight say they had a very positive reaction to Trump's speech.
Look at the poll, guys. At the end of the day, this is all that matters. This is what people are really looking at. You're looking at the scores that went up on the board. We're concerned with what the scores were, how things actually went. And if you're looking at the scores on the board, the Republicans won. So all of this showing off, all the shenanigans, what were people thinking? They were sitting at home? They were thinking very positive. They were thinking somewhat positive. Okay, these are good numbers. The Democrats haven't seen these numbers for their party in quite some time. Maybe since Obama. Okay, they haven't seen numbers like these. So freaky deaky, what you gonna do? What's there to say? Huh? This is what it's about, right? What do people think? What does the American voter think? What do the donors think? Hey, forget all this. What do the donors think? Last time I checked, Democratic donations are down because the big money people are not giving money to the Democratic Party. They are not filling the Democrats. They're not enthusiastic. And if it's all riding on Jasmine Crockett, what you gonna do next? Remake a WAP with Megan Thee Stallion and Cardi B and call it COP? What's she gonna do? Or DOP?
25% somewhat positive, 31% negative.
Thank you, Simone.
Can we talk about it?
The bingo signs were killing me. I don't know who thought up the bingo signs, but they should be fired.
Michael, this is an indictment, in my opinion, on the Democratic leadership. I talked to a lot of members they was texting. The staff were on my phones and they were calling. And I think the best way to describe it is the Democratic leadership said they didn't want disruptions and they wanted people to attend and bring a guest, and they wanted, you know, little business as usual, and we're fighting back in other ways. There is a palpable disgust, as Claire said, from not just the members but their constituents. And it's like a pot, as someone described it to me, that's boiling, and it's about to bubble over. If you do not allow the members a space to release valve, it's going to bubble over. And this was the members didn't, the visuals are not taking back the House in 2026. Not these visuals. Where's the signs? Put the signs up, folks,
The dry
please.
erase board, with different messages.
Oh my gosh,
you
it
don't
was
think
crazy. Put the paddles up, y'all. Do we have something of the paddles?
But here's the thing. Here the thing about the moment for me that, and if for folks, if you really want to understand the difference between,
Man, to me, Michael Steele has just become just horrible, man. He's hard to listen to, man. I want to give you the benefit of listening to him maybe more 60 more seconds, guys, but I mean, I just can't stand his whining, man. He's worse than Simone at this point. Yeah, to me, he's worse than Simone Sanders. He's more of a, he's more of a nuisance than anybody else.
The Republican control and Democratic acquiescence.
So you're standing there, you're yelling at the president. What were you saying to him?
It's in how two things happened in that chamber and how they were handled. When Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert stood up and showed their behinds on the House floor, all right?
They look like dumbasses. That's exactly how they looked. They looked like dumbasses. That's what they look like. No one praised it. Maybe, I don't know, maybe some Republicans did. I didn't know anybody. I knew no one that defended it. No one, I didn't know anybody that defended Marjorie Taylor Greene or Lauren Boebert acting like asses. They called them, they look like fools. They look like crazy people. So you think now your guys should be able to act crazy and nothing happened. Well, first of all, Lauren Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene, you know, are two nutty white ladies from wherever. Al Green is a 75-year-old black guy from wherever, and there's a difference there in gender and age and in race. There's a lot of differences there. And also, he wouldn't sit back down. He would not sit back down. It's like things stopped because of him. Lauren Boebert, I don't remember it stopping when her and Marjorie Taylor Greene got loud. The camera switched to him, but the whole night didn't come to a screeching halt. I'd have to compare how much time was wasted, but there are obvious differences between these people. Michael Steele's going to sit up here and act like that Al Green and Boebert and Marjorie Taylor Greene are all the same, and we all know we live in America. There's a difference. Women get a little bit more leeway. Women get to act out a little bit more than men do. It's just, you know, in certain circumstances. And it would have to happen at the same time for us to really see it. But both were wrong. And Michael Steele's trying to make the point, well, they let them get away with it. And the kicker is, Al Green didn't even try to get away with it. He's like, yeah, I did the wrong thing. And if I get punished for it, what the hell? You know, he's not even defending himself. He knows what he did is not something characteristic of what he would normally do in Congress. But Michael Steele wants to make it an issue like, see, this is how they treat black people. Fine. Al Green's not seeing it that way. He went to get thrown out. I don't think Marjorie Taylor Greene and Lauren Boebert wanted to get thrown out. So when it got to the line where they could get thrown out, they stepped back. Al Green kept going because his intention was to get thrown out. He wanted to get thrown out. If we want to get thrown out, you can't get thrown out. That's my point. That was the goal. And it's hypocritical as hell, guys, that Michael Steele and Simone Sanders would act like they didn't know this shit. I did a segment of them before this, the day before the address, What they were both saying. The Democrats are going to protest, that the Democrats are going to try to pull shit. And then when they do it and it goes too far, they act like they didn't understand that was going to happen. When this was something that was planned. Al Green was not just in the moment. His intention was to be thrown out. And he won. Case closed, face closed.
When they just act a fool, shouting and talking and being loud and disruptive, what happened?
They stayed.
They stayed. Democrats didn't threaten them. Democrats didn't tell them to sit your behind down and shut up, right? Order in the House.
Well,
what happened?
What should the Democrats done tonight?
But what happened tonight?
Well, what should have happened tonight?
What happened then is what happened tonight.
So you're standing there, you're yelling at the president. What were you saying to him?
I was telling him that he does not have a mandate to cut Medicaid.
And the speaker told you to sit down, and you refused to sit down, and that's why they kicked you out.
That is correct. And by the way, if there's a punishment, I will accept a punishment.
Because the Republicans weren't coming to play. They weren't going to give the Democrats the quarter. They knew what they were going to do. They knew they were going to try to be disruptive in some form.
So were the Democrats. What do you think they were doing? They were being disruptive. They were being disruptive and unruly and petulant and crying and currentified. The currentification of the Congress, the Democratic Congress, was on full display. They were showing their ass the entire time. Going out, storming out. There's footage of people storming out doing the speech. Just doing whatever they can to grandstand. They're gaslighting and grandstanding, and this shit is ineffective. It's self-serving, and you know it. Michael Steele is from Republican RNC chair to Democratic shield and media guy. He knows this is all a show. And that's all they were doing. The end.
And their goal was to shut it down in one of two ways, and both of them worked. USA, as if they own that, that moniker. And
he said they, at the time you was a Republican. Shut up, Michael Steele. Yeah, Axelrod and Jennings, I don't know if they like each other much because they're always going at each other. It was crazy. It got contentious.
Lying right now. And instead of calling the man a lie, like they did to Barack Obama.
Right. I remember I was there.
Right?
And nothing happened.
And what happened then?
Didn't he got a pat on the wrist afterwards? I think
and at some point, you got to stop blaming Joe Biden, and you're going to be accountable. And, he must have met Biden a dozen times in the speech.
I mean, the X, I love you. You guys were blaming George W. Bush in year 8 of the Obama presidency.
No, but you know something, Scott? We learned something from that. We learned something from.
You hear that? Jennings just busted the shit out. I'm sorry. Jennings just embarrassed the hell out of Axelrod. Axelrod's like, why is he bringing up Biden? Well, Biden was president 2 months ago. And I told people, I said, look, you get the first year where you can mention the former president. You get to do it for a little while because really what Trump has done hasn't really kicked in yet. Like, you president for 4 years, it takes 6 months to a year for the stink to kind of get off of it. But Jennings is like, dude, what you complaining about? 2 months that he brings up? It's not even 2 months yet. You say stop talking about Biden. He can't bring up Biden. You guys are talking about Bush in year 8 of your presidency. And Axelrod didn't push back. He had nothing for it. That's how bad the dishonesty goes. Oh, if you catch me, you catch me. If you don't, you don't. So basically, they get to make up whatever they want. They get to throw, they get to gaslight all day. And if you don't call them out, they'll just get away with it.
He's been in office for 40-something days. I am hearing a lot of cope. These social issues, you know why he talks about them? Because they work. They're like 80-20 issues, and he's on the right side of them, and Democrats are on the wrong side of them. It worked in the campaign, and nobody... oh, he's not talking about the right things. It worked in the inaugural. It's working in the executive orders. It's why he put it in the speech tonight. And on immigration, you're exactly right. It's his number one achievement so far. The border's effectively closed. The line of the night was they kept saying we need new legislation to secure the border, but it turns out all we really needed was a new president. Without question, in my mind, top scoring line.
Yeah, I thought that was a great line, and it makes sense. I mean, all you got to do is want to do something. And people, at the end of the day, the Democrats' policies are not working with a large amount of people. It may work with you, you know, if you're a person that likes those policies, but for the rest of the world, the rest of the country, that is, it ain't working. You know, they get upset that people bring up the transgender sports issue, right? Well, most people agree that men should not play in women's sports. One way to get that off the table is stop doing it. Change your stance. The immigration issue is a pretty obvious issue. Change your stance. Like Trump goes for easy wins. Like, oh, well, Tim, what good is having the English language be the national language? Well, most other countries have one. And I've done the research that shows Black Americans know Spanish the least of all groups. So when you have companies and organizations and entire sectors which are dominated by folks that speak Spanish, who's being hurt by that? And it's crazy that there are people that even when I tell them these are numbers, they discount me like I don't know what I'm talking about. I just told you, only 5% of Black Americans are fluent in Spanish. So if you have a requirement at a job, we want bilingual people only, that's like akin to saying no Black people allowed. And you can hear that and still go, so what? So I like the idea of English being the national language. Does it fix everything? No. But I'm a person and I like the idea. Okay? I'm assuming there are a lot of Americans who are going to also like the idea. Like when they call up and check on their phone bill or their cable bill, they would like the person who answers, not just Spanish, any language, to be able to speak English. This is just tapping into what is already working. And that's what the Democrats can't do. They are culturally flat-footed. Culturally, they're out of step with the rest of the country. They do a bunch of virtual signaling that ends up being nothing. And they use Black people as collateral to get a lot of things done that if it wasn't for them using Black people, they would have been gone long ago. That's all they've been doing is using Black people. If it wasn't for them using Black people, AKA George Floyd, the death of George Floyd, before that, maybe it was the death of Breonna Taylor, the death of Tamir Rice, or the death of Trayvon Martin. It's always them if they didn't use Black death, think about it. If the Democratic Party cannot use the death of Black people at the hands of someone white, there will be no Democratic Party. Fight me. Come on, fight me. Fight me. Because I'm ready for it. Fight me on that. If it wasn't for the Democrats using the blood of someone Black killed by a random white person, then there is no Democrats winning shit. It's over. Finito. Because they're not running really on anything. They're out of step. They're out of tune. They're out of touch. They're in a bubble. Over. That's it. And people are tired of being told what to like, what not to like, what to say, what not to say, and all this cancellation crap. They're tired of it. Because at the end of the day, it never benefited us. And this DEI thing, the whole thing, I got a book coming on DEI. I got a great book. I'm working on it. It's in the works. Hopefully it'll be done soon. But yeah, we're talking about it, Johnson. We are talking about it. Anyway, let's finish this up. We're almost done, guys. Only a couple more minutes.
Like he's been going around with his cronies touting his so-called landslide.
Hey, look, guys, I want to add this in because Stephen A. Smith went on The View, and I got to change something, my stance on this. I have no problems with Stephen A. Smith being considered as a possible person running for president. You know why? Because people chose him. They think he has common sense. That's how bad the Democrats are doing. This is a barometer. This shows you just how horrible they're doing right now. That they got to go get a sportscaster. Hey, it is what it is. Stephen A. taking advantage of the moment, making the rounds, talking about things. What the hell? If the polls are saying, hey, people were talking about The Rock, people were talking about Oprah, you know, names get thrown around all the time. People were talking about George Clooney might run. So I'm not going to dump on Stephen A. Smith. Do I think it's a good idea? Do I think he'll win? I'm not going to say all that, but I'll say I'm not going to hate on him for being in the limelight talking politics. Because there are times he makes more sense than the average Democratic candidate.
A landslide and blowout win, but he won the popular vote by 1.5%, one of the smallest ever, and he won the general election by less than 50%. So what kind of mandate is this really?
Well, it is a mandate, and I'm going to explain why. And I don't mind the question, but let me be very clear. I'm no supporter of Trump. I'm a supporter of truth and the facts. And here's the facts. The man won every swing state. He increased in terms of his voter turnout in his favor from the standpoint of blacks, Latinos, and young voters. He increased his numbers in that regard from 2020. 89% of the counties shifted to the right. That's a mandate. We can sit up there and play around all we want to. In 2020, Trump didn't win the popular vote. He didn't win the electoral college vote. A matter of fact, the Republicans hadn't won the popular vote, if I remember correctly, since 2004. But they did this year. So 20 years after they last won the popular vote, they won the popular vote. They won the electoral college vote. The man won every swing state. And on top of it, 89% of the counties shifted against. I don't understand how people can look at that and say, there's no mandate. There's a mandate.
Well, it's a different definition of a mandate, I guess.
But the problem is that if you're the Democratic Party and you lost 49.8% to 48.3%, and you're looking at that 1.5% dip, that's an excuse for you to say, what we did really wasn't that bad.
And they did do really bad. Everything's gone. They're totally out of power. And they're out of step with where people's minds are at. And they say, look, here's the thing. They say a real person or a great player of the game for basketball is to go where the ball is going. You don't want to go to where the ball is. You want to go to where the ball is going to be. You want to go to where you want to be able to see what's happening, the next move that's about to materialize. When you throw a ball, when you play football, when you throw into a receiver, you're throwing to where he's going to go. You want to know his pattern so you can throw the ball to the guy down the field. That's what the Democrats don't understand. So the Democrats are just playing catch up. And in no time are they running towards where the ball is going so they can get an interception, so that they can make a play. They're just running behind Trump with the ball. And worse than that, calling foul. Laying out on the field and grabbing their ankle. Looking for a ref. And that's not the way to win the game. That's not a way to take over. And you're down on the scoreboard and you're looking to pull up a hamstring, to say that you got fouled. So this is a horrible display by the Democratic Party. Stephen A. is right, man. It's hard for them to do worse.
We should continue to do that. Don't continue to do it. Find a new strategy.
I mean, right now in the polls, you're nearly tied with Pete Buttigieg, AOC, Governor Gretchen Whitmer. You have a higher favorability than John Fetterman and Vice President Harris. What do you make of this?
Look at that. See what I'm saying? He's got a higher favorability than John Fetterman. What did he do? Did he lobby for it? He's not sending anybody any checks. What's going on? It resonated. It is what it is. Sometimes you get lightning in a bottle. You see what happens. What the hell? Play it out, Stephen A. Play it out. See what happens. Who knows? I don't know.
I make of it that citizens, particularly on the left, are desperate. And I mean it when I say it. I think I can beat them all. And I have no desire whatsoever to run for office. I am not a politician. I am not qualified. But I know this much. When you consider who's on the other side and how he's gotten away with saying very little in terms of being coherent and articulating his thoughts clearly and concisely and what have you. This is not something that he's known to do. Yet and still, he has owned the Republican Party since 2015. Not only has he won, the Republican constituency has said, we don't want anybody else but him. We didn't want DeSantis. We didn't want Haley. We didn't want Christie. We didn't want Ramaswamy. We didn't want DeSantis. We didn't want anybody. We want him.
What does that say about the Republican Party?
It's not about what it says about the Republican Party. It's about what it says about the Democratic Party.
Why?
Because in the end, if you think about him being impeached twice, 34 felony counts or 34 felony convictions, and they still elected him president, it's not about him winning. It was an indictment against the Democratic Party and what the Democratic Party was offering to American citizens. We might sit up there and talk about, hey, you should be a party for the working class, which the Democratic Party was once known for. They're not known for that right now. Why? Because their message was catering towards others and towards other issues, and they forgot about the people that brought them there, that elevated the Democratic Party to what it was over these last few decades. That's why they lost. He didn't win.
Well,
the Democrats
remind
lost.
people what.
And that's the thing, man. It's like, and he's right, and it's what everyone's been saying. It's been paying attention. It's what I've been saying. It's what commentators from, all types of walks of life. It's not rocket science. Democrats been focused on things that haven't been at the forefront of where the American people are. That's it. And it showed bad. It was horrible. Biden drove the entire Democratic Party into a big ass ditch. And really, if you think about it, Obama helped do it. I tell you, man, when Obama told black people to pull their pants up, when Obama told black people, I ain't the president of black people, the die was cast. You were fortunate. I think Democrats were fortunate. They even got Biden in 2020. That shouldn't even happened. I was ticked that happened. Biden should have never been president. The way they were able to pull that off, that was black women. I don't know. Black women put a root on black men. That should have never happened. Biden should have never became president. I don't. It's just crazy. My job here, my goal here is to get black people out of the burning house known as the Democratic Party. I want to deliver the raw truth America deserves, and I want us to get out of the Democratic Party. That's what needs to happen. We'll figure out where we go after we get out. Let's get out this burning building. Then we'll figure out if we're going to build a new house, if we're going to go to an Airbnb, or what we're going to do. Well, we need to get the hell out this burning house. Let's do that. So, yeah. But look, guys, I want to know what you think about all this. The best and worst of the night, I think Trump has some good moments, some bad moments, but at the end of the day, his party is behind him. And most Americans, the majority of Americans, think he's doing a better job than the Democrats were doing. And I say it one more time, guys, the Democrats screwed up. They knocked Trump out of power, gave him 4 years to think about it, gave him 4 years to regroup. Who gets that? Who gets 4 years to sharpen their knives, to revise their game plan? Trump got that. And he came back with some bubble gum, and he kicked some ass. And he's all out of bubble gum. And it is what it is. All right, guys, let's go to the comment section, man. I appreciate y'all being here. Don't forget, go to jointimblack.com to become a member of the Tim Black Wolfpack. And go to Tim Black mug. Get a Tim Black mug, timblackmug.com. Who's in the house? Whose house? Ron's house. Whose house? Ron's house. We got Crystal France, Tim. Thank you, Chris. I appreciate you. Black Mamba's in the house. Thank you, Black Mamba. Over 50 and fantabulous. Giving people super stickers. Thank you, 50. I appreciate you. M. Sparks in the house. Thank you, Sparks. Black Mamba once again. Quick call 911. The Dems need a wambulance. Wambulance. Yeah, they do. It's embarrassing, Johnson. WD in the house. Meg's in the house doing what she does. S13, thank you, S13. Good to see you as always. And Gary Goose is in the house. Thank you, Gary, for becoming a YouTube member. I haven't seen that in a while. Thank you, Gary. Got a new member in the house, man. Yeah, man, it's real simple, fam. It's real simple. Democrats got to take it to the woodshed. And you know, man, it's like it's always performative. All these speeches are performative. Ain't nothing new about that. It's always performative. That's all it is. It's a performance. It's a demonstration. It's a speech on a teleprompter, and we all know that. But the extracurricular activity, it just makes Democrats look desperate. You know, it looked sad. It just does. It's pathetic in my opinion. It looks pathetic. And you know, it is what it is. Let me know what you think in the comment section, y'all. My name is Tim Black. We'll be back tomorrow with more Tim Black Show. Thank you, Tim Black Wolfpack, and people that support the channel. Thank you for riding with us, for doing what you do. Let's keep it going. The best and the worst. You know, this has been the State of the Union Roast. I've been Tim Black, and like I always say, don't let anybody take your cornbread, Johnson. Oh, and always, where are my ladies? Oh, there they go.